Under the pressure of economic circumstances, farmers reluctantly at times are forced to become specialists like everybody else. So we were very happy to find one who hasn't. Fred Dagg faces each new day fresh in body and optimistic in spirit because, unlike the specialists, he finds that the current economic climate is having little or no effect on his level of profitability.
Turn the separator off! The stock we've got on the farm, we've got all sorts of animals here. You do need animals in farming, we've found, and we've got all manner of animal here. We've got cows, horses, sheep, ducks, fowl, chooks, geese, hamsters, the wife. Basically, for economic reasons, though, we tend to concentrate on the cows and the sheep, the others being domestic animals, and they don't pay. We find they don't pay very well. Neither, of course, do the cows and the sheep, but they do pay a little better than, for instance, the hamster, which is there's not a lot of return on hamsters at the moment on the open market. What we are about to receive, we must remember to thank the old Sheila. I run the place with my sons, of whom there are approximately half a dozen. Trevor here, he's the firstborn, and he's the eldest as a result of that, and he's a little thick, actually, is Trevor, but a very, very valuable man indeed with cows. Trevor, on the other hand, is more your sheep man, and there's not a lot that he doesn't know about the woolly creatures. Trevor, he's the third one. He was involved for several years in animal husbandry. Unfortunately, though, he was apprehended and spent some time at the Mount Crawford office, and but since being back, he too has been a tower of strength. Trevor, on the other hand, is very interested in crops. He's actually something of a bore on all other known subjects, but on crops, he really knows his onions. Then there's Trevor, who for some time was away studying economics, but he found that didn't pay. That wasn't paying at all as far as Trevor was concerned, so we've got him back on the farm now, and we're very grateful indeed to have him back. Wool shed fell down last night. I don't know what you made it of, Trevor. All the other lads have been, over the years, have been built up with good, wholesome, strong meals and quite a lot of work and toil out in the field. Young Trevor hasn't had quite so much experience in that regard, and he's a little fellow. He's puny, is young Trev, and to tell you the truth, we're a trifle worried about him. I want you to look out for that cow today with eczema. You can't miss it, it looks like the old Sheila. I think I might go into town today, so I want the number plate taken off the tractor, put on the Land Rover. We've got 14,000 acres, 13,000 in grass and 1,000 in rock up the back. Now what you see here is that the land basically is divisible into two basic types. There's the hill, the actual hill country, and then there's the flat country, which is not got any hills on it at all. Now I run this place with the boys with military precision. Now we do have a difficulty sometimes with the similarity of the boys' names, but we tend to get around it fair enough, and basically the place runs very well. I'm not a hard taskmaster, but I do like to have my instructions well understood, and to have everybody who knows his job, and he's not going to go and do anyone else's, and no one's going to go and do his. The place runs very, very well indeed, very much like the way that that Montgomery organised the army during the war, and one would hope with similar results. Now, one of the most important aspects of the pastoral existence in our particular case is the breaks that we have during the day, where I like to get the lads together. They all have a bit of a feed. We get a bit hungry out there working, and I have a few words to them about what sort of thing we're going to do for the rest of the day, and how we've been doing. And in particular, we like to try and build up little Trev, who, as I said before, is proving a little bit of a problem in the weight department. He weighs about 7 or 8 ounces, and this is just not paying. Righto, you guys. Now then, listen, Trev. I want you to go and inseminate the herd. Trev, I want you to have a decent look at the tractor. Seems to be running backwards. Trev, I want you to go down the patent office and see if you can get hold of that separator I sent down there. Yep. Trev, I want you to shift that hill. It annoys me there. I want you to tow it down and put it in that hollow down there where I was showing you all that bad pasture. Yep. And Trev, I want you to whip up the back and change the earmarks on those 200 hoggets. And if the vet asks where the old ones are, tell him they fell off. It's all right for you? Yeah, g'day. This is the milking setup. She's been, as far as farm economics is concerned, she's been yeah, righto. She's been a fair proposition. It cost us about, on a per bale rate, would have cost us around about $25 per bale. No, that's for the whole thing. Actually, the wife did most of the heavy work. We were going to put in a rotary setup, but the brother-in-law's got one of those, and they're not perhaps as good as they're cracked up to be. He's had a bit of trouble with it. Apparently, something went wrong with the rotary mechanism, and he found he was homogenising his milk before it left the property, which apparently doesn't pay. So we've got this set up here, which we're very happy with. We've had a little bit of trouble with it recently, though. Had a little bit of trouble, bit of bother with it. What exactly was the trouble?
Well, the overtackling multi-fry screw on the under the compressor plate moved into the thatching unit and crossed.
Yeah, it's all right. Shut up, Trev. Yeah, I got it here. It broke. Get out of there! Yeah, it broke, and we've had people out from the town looking at it. Joggers, all sorts of joggers, but they didn't seem to be able to work out what was the matter with it. Actually, the wife fixed it one night. Never found out what was the matter with that. Hello. That's the neighbour. He's looking for a couple of 100 two-tooths he lost a couple of weeks ago. He won't find them out there. We buried them up the back there. He'll never find them. Dad, this is a big one. The sheep at the moment are not paying, and of course the bigger the sheep is, the more it's not paying. So what we're doing here is that we're doing quite a lot of experimental breeding. Now what we've bred in the last couple of years is that we've managed to breed a sheep which is a smaller sheep than the average sized sheep. It's not quite as large, that is to say. This is a very valuable addition to our stock because it means that the money that you're losing is not quite so much. Now the difficulty at the moment is keeping them small because they tend to, once you get them just in the piggy condition, they tend to run a complete riot on you. So what we're doing at the moment is we're trying to, once we've got them to the point where they become economically viable, is to just keep them there. I've sent several truckloads of these off to Massey and Lincoln, and very detailed plans. I've sent them other ideas too, which they won't listen to. I'm having a lot of trouble with these lads. They just won't listen to common sense.
Big small one.
I can do it on my own. trip. I go to town about once every, or at least once every 5 years. I like to get in there as often as possible. Now, it's not that I don't really like the towns. I'm not very keen on the towns at all, in fact. But I mean, a man's got to go in there sometimes and get a few provisions, one or two things that you can't get out of the wool shed or off the neighbour's place. And so you have to go into town. The reason I don't like going into town is, well, the first reason is that, well, the whole thing is rather confusing. Yeah, in the simple respect, for instance, of driving. Now, I mean, a bloke has been driving since he was 4. A bloke can drive up and down, backwards. He can drive in his sleep. But go to town, and I mean, last time I was in town, for instance, you know, what used to be a two-way street's now a one-way street. You can't turn here. You used to be able to turn there, and now that's a block of flats and stuff. It's very, very difficult. Another thing is, I mean, a bloke gets dressed up. A bloke's perfectly normal in all respects. He's wearing very, very conventional clothing. He gets out in the streets and everybody stops and looks at him, which is by no means comforting to the rural person, in which category I class myself. And as a result, it's a wee bit on the horrendous side as this town going. It has to be done. It has to be done, I make no bones about it, but I do like to try, in so far as is possible, to play it my own way. I go to town, but I don't really ever want to become a town person. Therefore, I'll wear their clothes. I'll look as poncy as you like, but I won't. I can't bring myself to live their life in its entirety. I like to just put one or two snippets of my own life into me town-going experiences. Look. Now, about pastures, you will find that most animals eat grass, so we're very concerned to keep the green outer covering of the earth in good order, but we're having a lot of trouble. There are several things that can go wrong with pastures. This is a classic example of what we've got here. This is not very good pasture at all because it's too damp. It's too wet for the animals to get their teeth around. This over here in the shallows is better pasture than this deep stuff, but basically they're both fairly bad, and we try to keep the stock as far as possible onto the more green areas. As I was telling you, we're having a bit of trouble with the milking gear. So I've invented a machine to get round it. Actually, most of it's down at the patent office. We've been waiting for it to come back for a couple of days, but the railways won't touch it. They'll be back shortly. But we have one or two bits and